Okay. Give
Hello,
us a second
hello.
to update on YouTube. YouTube. Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
We are here for another reading sprint. We have some things in the works that we can't wait to tell you about, but we can't tell you about just yet because they haven't been confirmed. But I have my lovely co-host this way. Taji from Taji World of Books. I'll link her channel down below so you guys can go subscribe to her. She's an amazing content creator. So, how have you been doing?
Good, good. Busy, busy. Lots going on. I'm super excited about all the fun things that we've got coming up, but all is well. How about you?
That's good. I saw you try to dabble. You started to dabble in the shorts world. I caught those. I was like, what is Taji doing? Like uploading some shorts. I'm like, when you do your fantasy romance, I'm like, I already know all the books you're gonna pull.
You already
I was
know.
like, I already knew. I was like, there's gonna be some Grace Draven. There's gonna be some Emma Hart. There's gonna be that Faye series. But
hmm
I was like, okay, okay. I
You
do
know,
have to dock you for the one where the audio cut
oh,
off
it's
like for the last 5 seconds. It's like so awkward. I was like,
so
Tashi, I'm like,
awkward.
just add some more audio. I'm like, what's going on right now?
Yes, I'm learning technology, so I'm using it as my test ground. And so, it is what it is. So I figured out that because of copywriting issues, your loop of your music can only go 15
It can
seconds,
only go
no
so
more than
long,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. So everybody's got to just bear with me. I'm going to get this technology thing down pat. I'm going to get there, but for right now, I'm just practicing. So just practice with me, folks. Just be patient with me.
So in efforts, that just means just take the shorts with a grain of salt. Not
Totally.
all your shorts can be as amazing as mine.
Oh, no, we can't be all in the same league. I'm just trying to keep up.
It's okay. You can eventually get on my level
How,
someday.
however, I'm going to say like technology, I'm trying to work on technology and get better with
hmm
technology, but my recommendations are on point. So you don't come at me about recommendations because I'm
I
going to say
don't know. Some of the book club picks we have to talk about. I was like, my
taste.
average of selecting good books is way higher than yours.
It's all about taste and preference. I think my picks are good.
Hmm.
But you did
We'll
see
see.
yesterday that we went to the Rip Bodice and
Okay.
we got to meet Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. And Sierra said hi. Your name
Did
came
she
up.
recognize you?
Oh, she totally did. She was like, "Did you and Charles get She's like wanted to make sure we got the arc and all of that. So that was
Yeah.
really cool. And I was like, "Yes, we were on it." So I thought you would appreciate that. And they are so hilarious in person. Their talk that they do around the book, and we did hear that there is going to be, for
More
those of you,
books.
yeah, for the Merry
Yep.
Little Meet Cute, there are going to be other books in the series, and the next book is going to be about Callum.
Oh, it's not gonna be Stephanie and the owner of the studio. You know who
No,
I'm talking about, right? The man,
yeah, what's
Nolan's manager.
it's what's his name? Thomas or
I forgot his name, but I know the girl is named Steph. The woman's Stephanie.
yeah, no, it's not going to be about them. It's going to Teddy.
Teddy.
Teddy. Yeah, it's not going to be about Teddy. It's going to be about the whole like the owner of the pizzeria, former boy band member who has an accidental sex tape that got leaked
Okay.
the end. And so there is going to be a storyline around that. So I'm really looking forward to
Me
hearing
too.
Callum's, because he's reformed bad boy,
And he's
from,
bi too, right?
I feel like everybody in this world is bi. Like
No,
everybody,
there's the the
because Nolan,
stylist and the son. The stylist
yeah,
and the son are not bi.
yes, but Nolan was bi. I think Callan is bi.
Callan's bi.
Her makeup artist was bi.
Her best friend isn't bi. I don't
I don't
think.
remember what was her best friend's name.
I don't remember the best friend, but I know she had the gummies.
Oh, she had the gummies. That's right. That she
Yeah,
just
she's like, "How'd you snuggle these multivitamins?" She's like, "Girl, those are some
She's like,
weed
well, I don't
gummies.
feel anything yet. Let me take some more. And
More."
like 4 gummies in, she's like, what the? She's on like on another planet.
Yeah, but that's cool because like almost the one thing I liked about that book I said in my review is that there's so many potential for side characters.
Mm.
like pretty much anyone that gets mentioned could
Mhm.
like Emily, the Olympic skater, she
Yes.
could have her own book. That
Right.
reporter guy could have
I
his
wanna
own
know what
book.
happened with the other skaters, the Norwegian guys or whatever, Yeah, right?
Yeah, so like, I even asked Sierra, I was like, as soon as I finished reading it, I was like, hold up, there has to be more. And she's like, yes. As
There
long
will
as Avon allows us to write them, we will write more. Because I was like,
yeah,
there's so many side characters, and I like how queer they made it.
for
Like
sure.
both our main characters are bi,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like they both have like they go, oh that girl's hot, or like that dude is like I can get. I was like, dang.
Exactly,
I was
exactly.
like off the bat, I was like for a traditionally published romance, they went there.
They did, they did. And I love that the book, while it was very like, like a rom-com, it was more rom
Hmm.
than com, but like there was a lot of like lighthearted, laugh out loud moments, but at the same time they dealt with a lot of hard-hitting issues as well,
Hmm.
and they put that out there at, from the jump, including mental health issues, own
Hmm.
personal journeys, financial issues, dealing with like once having success and no longer having that and how to reinvent yourself and what does that look like, and
Hmm.
just different standards in society around sex for both men and women and how they're viewed.
Hmm.
So I thought like overall I thought it was like handled really well. So it was pretty fantastic. And while we were at the Rip Bodice, there were other local YouTubers that were there that I got to meet. And so that was really cool. I got to meet Lacey from Lacey Loves Books. She
Oh,
was
I love
there.
Lacey.
Yeah. And Samantha from Samantha Reads. Samantha.
I know Samantha. I forgot her channel name.
Yeah, so she was there as well, and so they were so sweet and so nice, and so
Hmm.
it was pretty cool. So it was lots of fun.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
so it was an interesting weekend.
That's
Hmm.
good. For me, I finally uploaded the Sierra Simone video. Like
Fantastic.
how many days after it came out? Um,
You did it. So like that's a
and I'm
win.
working on the next video, which you'll be happy
I'm waiting.
about.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna adopt the philosophy. As soon as I'm done with the video, it will drop.
I love it. That's how it needs
So
to
like
be.
it'll be done. You might see an alert at like 6 p.m. and then voila, it's when it's done. But
Good.
that's coming. In terms of reading, I've been kind of slumpy.
You've been
Like I
kind of
haven't found a book that's like it's not hitting. So I tried like something super erotic,
mm,
wasn't enjoying it, and then I tried something a little bit more slow burn, and it still wasn't hitting. So I'm like,
yeah,
maybe I'm having a romance slump issue, and I need to read something else.
yeah,
But all the books that interest me, I'm like, I want to read romance. But I'm trying to
totally.
branch out this week and trying to read. I requested a bunch of audio arcs
Oh,
from
nice.
NetGalley,
Mm-hmm.
so I think up next I will be reading the new Kennedy Ryan book, Wink Wink Nudge Nudge. That's
Mm-hmm.
going to be on the docket, and then also I can't remember the title, but it's a YA um, boarding school featuring LGBT teens as main characters at an all
Ooh.
boys school. So I'm
Okay.
reading
So
that.
it's sounding like Foxhole Court, but not as like, like
But
wait.
like not as crazy as that series, but it looks good. It looks good. I'm gonna try that out, and then I have a couple other audio arcs because NetGalley audio arcs aren't. It only goes up to 2 times speed, but they're not the worst.
They're not. They're not. This was my
They're
first
not
time
the
doing
worst.
a neck alley arc. And again, two times speed is good. My typical speed is 2.55. That's where that's my comfort zone.
Hmm.
But it's all good.
It's
I'll
all
take beggars
good.
can't be choosers. So we'll see. I'm really excited about your next video teaser to come out. I think that's gonna change the game on things, but we'll see. I'll probably call you and be like, can you help me with the technology?
It's okay. I got you. There's a whole tutorial that's gonna be in that video.
Fantastic. Yeah, because
Yeah, but
like I'm just if you show like you tell me and I go what, and then if you show me once, I'm like I'm on it, and then I can run with it. But I like just need to see it, laid out for me.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully that one will be out soon, ish. We'll see.
It needs to be out soon-ish. I'm just saying.
Wow, don't rush the process. Don't rush. Because I can't like it's just like I can't do like the weekly drops anymore. I'm like, I don't know what to make a video about. So I'm not good at recommendation
Shorts.
videos.
That's why I like shorts because shorts I can just be like bam, 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 read it. It's good.
But even for my shorts, I'm like, okay, I want to make sure da 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 da. I want to make sure it's edited just right, that the pictures and da da da. It's a whole thing.
For sure, for sure. Whereas I'm like just practicing. I'm like, oh, that timing's off. It's all good. I'll fix it next time. Doop, 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 doop.
Taji just goes with it. You just go like, you know what? Get get it done, get it filmed, send it out into the world. And
And
like I admire that. So like with me, I'm like, okay, I need to edit like 15 minutes out of this 10-minute video. I
that
need
is
to
so.
cut stuff out.
Well, you know what's really funny is like in my day to day life at work, I am like meticulous. I am like OCD, like on it, like
Yeah,
whatever. This, I'm just like, I'm doing this for fun because I love it. And like, I'd rather say to you, like, here's the book I want you to check out as
yeah,
opposed to like, it's got to be perfection. But who knows? Like, that might change in the future. But right now, like, I'm just
yeah,
going with it.
yeah. And I do too realize I should go back and promote older videos because I realize I don't promote videos. That's like
Hmm.
the one of the biggest critiques like I hear. That's like, oh, I didn't know you had this interview with so and so. I'm like,
Mm,
yeah, I didn't post about it. I just,
uh,
I just, I just hit upload and send it out.
and send it
But
out and see.
what are you thinking about reading today? I think we will probably, let's say, we'll start reading at like 9:20, so we can chit chat a little bit more. But what are you planning on reading? You haven't read that?
No, it's my first time. And I read it backwards, but it's all good. I just finished. I've been reading today like crazy. So I finished up
Oh, you
Triple
did the
Threat.
triple threat?
I did Triple Threat
Oh,
but it's all good. Like, and
no,
so
no, no, you did it wrong
I know I
now.
did it wrong. I did,
You
but it's
have
like
to, you have to like be introduced to them in like the trilogy.
I know, I know, but I can't undo it now. So I can only recommend to my readers that they are introduced to it by the trilogy and then go the other direction. So because now what happens because I read it that way is I loved Triple Threat, like absolutely loved
Hmm.
it, like the redemption arc, like whatever. And so like seeing them in another light is like, ooh, you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
didn't know, and I did my research as well. Like I went online and looked, and there is nowhere that it says that this is the reading order, or you have to read this first and then read Triple Threat. I even went on Cape's website, and she doesn't say it on there.
Like, because the way Dangerous Press structures their books, because it's part of the Dangerous Press world, where you
Right?
have like, for people who don't know, it's you have the Morellis and the Constantines,
Yeah.
and you follow each of the members of the family. The best way if you want to read them in order would be the order that they're published,
Yeah.
like going back, and that will give you the type of reading order. But they're all technically designed to be read as a standalone, except for Triple Threat. That's technically a spin-off of
Oh,
of the Cinderella's trilogy.
yeah.
But the way they force the authors to write it, you don't have to read like one. You could just read that one duet and
And
be
it's
done.
Yeah,
And
because
you
they
get
give
the whole
you enough
story.
nuggets and Easter eggs that it's fine. That's why, like, and I'm a purist, right? Like, I want to
Hmm.
read it 100% the way it's meant to be read. And of course, when I do the review of these books on my channel, I'll talk about the proper reading order. But I don't feel like I'm missing anything so far. Like, yes, of course, I
Hmm.
would have liked to have read it the other way, but it's
Hmm.
fine. So I'm enjoying it. I'm real thrilled. So probably I'll finish this up on our if we read for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I'll be close to finishing it up. So today
Yeah.
I'm on a roll up. This is my third book today.
Really? You read? So what other two books did you read today?
Triple Threat and Death and yeah,
Oh,
Death.
you finished the duet and now, oh,
Yeah.
dang. But they are quick reads. They are quick reads. You can.
Yeah, Kay's writing allows you to dive. Like there are some books that you not Kay, but other books where
Hmm.
you just like, oh my god, this is a slog. Like I'm struggling to get through it. But
Hmm.
Kay's books are never like that. Like you get in and like they're easy. Tessa Dare is another read like that for me. That her books are very quick reads for me.
Hmm.
You know. What about you? What you getting into today?
Um,
Which of the three?
I don't know. I read let's see. I read a Patricia Logan book. I forgot the name of the title, but it's like Leather Knights or something like that.
Mm,
and I'm halfway through that, so I may go back to that and finish it. The
mm,
only thing I don't like about that one is it's old. It's definitely an older title, and there's a lot of homophobia
ooh,
and like kind of violent acts
yeah,
towards the main couple, which I don't like.
yeah. You can tell
Um,
it's older. You know, it's from a different era.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, it's from a different. I think it came out 2015,
Yeah, and isn't it
so it's
funny how much
dated.
has changed since like the you know the early
Hmm.
aughts and like 2012 even you read it now and you're like wow that wouldn't fly now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can tell for like the LGBT genre, you don't have the gay for you trope anymore.
Mm,
It's more like the bisexual awakening trope to be because that's more politically correct.
totally.
But I have that. Then I have Got Me Hoping by
Ooh.
Casey Cock, and that's a reread. It's like a whole veterinary. It's a series of MM books that centers around a vet and like the doctors there and some of their people that work at the hospital
Yeah.
or veterinary clinic, I should say. And then I also have In Too Deep by Daryl Banner, and that's a summary MM, kind of enemies to lovers MM
Mm.
book. But that one's going. That one's probably I probably will go to that one because I just finished a scene where it's a pretty sensual massage that something
Ooh.
happens to the main character while he's lusting over our other hero.
Ooh, that
So
sounds fine.
that'll probably be on the docket. I'll probably read.
Ooh, I love that. That sounds spicy. Sounds fantastic.
It is you Stroke of Midnight is spicy too. I actually re-listened to the audio
Mm.
last week because I read the trilogy already, but
Yeah.
then the audio. It's the only thing I hate about Dangerous Press. Now they're catching up on their audios, but all the books that they're releasing on audio I've already read physically.
Yeah, that's why I've been hanging on to this one for a long time because of when we did our Kay Webster interview, she told us it was coming out, so I just
Hmm.
waited. So I feel like I'm waiting, you know, for the other ones to come out because I definitely want to get into the Morelli Constantine War because it's a family saga, you
Which one's
know.
your favorite so far? I feel
Oh,
like it's
oh,
not biased because you haven't read Morelli's yet.
I haven't read the Morellis yet, so I don't really, and because Triple Threat didn't really dive into the Constantine Morelli, it was like an
Hmm.
offshoot. So
It's an offshoot.
yeah, I haven't seen it yet. So let me get through this and then I'll let you know.
Okay. I
Um,
would say I'm more of a Constantine.
Say it again.
I'm more of a Constantine fan.
You're a Constantine fan?
Yeah. And I
So
read
cool.
both Constantine and Morelli so far.
Now, what are the Morelli books?
So the Morelli books, so that's Gianna Darling's duet. That's
Oh,
the beautiful nightmare. And then there's a trilogy, The Beast of Something by Amelia Wilde. That's one of them. And then Sweet Mercy. I think no, I forgot. I know there's two trilogies. No, there's three.
I thought
Sky
maybe
Warren has one for the money duet, and
I
then Amelia Wilde has one.
okay. I thought that the Gianna Darling, the Beautiful Nightmare, the Dark Dream duet,
Hmm.
right? It's Dangerous Temptation and Beautiful Nightmare.
Yes.
I thought this was in that world, and I have those, so I am definitely gonna pick those up now because I'm like I'm in this world. I want to see what's going on with that. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's like the one caveat that people were angry about with Dangerous Press, because I think a lot of people started with the K Webster trilogy and that blew up last year.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, it's so hard to figure out a reading order or how many books are actually a part of the universe.
Yes.
Because they don't, if you look at the book on Amazon, the cover, it says nothing about like a Dangerous Press title. Because
Nothing.
I know Jade West has a couple, Molly O'Keefe has some work in, Amelia
Yes.
Wilde, Sky
Yeah.
Warren,
Sky Warren has one. You're right.
Eve Dangerfield has one coming up.
Yeah, they need to give us like, you know, because for like those that are purists and want to like read in order and
Hmm.
know what's going on and don't want to be spoiled, it feels very disjointed. And like I said, I'm not missing anything, you know, because they are a spin-off and it's fine, but I
Hmm.
really wish I would have read, especially because I had them queued up on my TBR for this month. I would have just went ahead and read the other ones. It would have been different if the audiobooks weren't out or all the books weren't written yet,
Yeah.
then fine. But I had them all queued. I could have read it in the right order. So I'm a little salty, but not too salty.
It's okay. You can stew in your saltiness because not all of them are out on audio. I think they're coming out very slowly. So
Okay.
even if you wanted to go to the very beginning, those are not on audio yet.
So I gotta chill anyway, and I'll go back and reread it. But
Hey,
what
you
I
gotta wait till that video that comes out that may or may not help you.
all right.
I'm just saying, but
Teaser, teaser.
okay, we
Really
went
quick, let me
over.
tell you this. I
Yes.
forgot to tell you. So I also met yesterday Rebecca Weatherspoon, and so I got her two books, the Zanny and Rafe.
Oh, Zenny and Rafe.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes. So I'm really
I read
excited
those
about
too.
that. Yeah,
You
Amanda
have
told
to read her. I think the first book is Sanctuary.
me. Is it?
They just dropped on audio. They're like it's a trilogy of three novellas,
Ooh, okay.
and
I'm gonna
those are
love it.
really good. Those are really good. You'll like them.
Fantastic. I will jump on it then. I will jump on it for sure. All
Okay.
right. So
So
we
we
got.
went over a minute. So I would say read until 9:52, and then we'll come back and recap.
Let's
And I'll
do
put
it.
a comment to read until. But good. Have fun reading, you guys.
Happy reading.
Okay, and that is time. Okay.
I was getting into it. I'm like, woo.
I was about to
Heat
say, do I have to send you an Instagram message? Go like, Taji, put your headphones down. Time is up.
Oh,
So, how was it?
woo.
How much did you read? Are you almost done?
I'm almost done. I have about, let's see, about 25 minutes left. So not bad,
Okay.
not bad. I'm getting
Not
there.
bad.
Yeah.
Not
So
bad.
I'll probably get into into the next book tonight, and then
Okay.
I'll chill and go to the Fellowship of the Rings or Lord of the Rings or Rings of Power or whatever
Oh,
the heck.
you haven't watched the latest episode?
Not yet, not yet, not yet.
Okay,
Tonight,
okay,
tonight.
okay, 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 okay.
Yeah. How did you do?
Um,
What did you
I read Zero. I watched one of your shorts that you just posted. It was with Descent by Sam Mariano,
do?
and
Dark.
now I want to go back and read more of that series because I read most of that because it's part of like the I forgot the name of the series. It's like a set of
Hmm.
novels all around this dark club. I read
Yeah.
probably three so far, and I just never finished the series. You don't have to read them in order; they're all standalones. But I was
I
like,
have two other ones that I haven't read yet that I wanna check
yeah,
out. Those are pretty
I
good
know I haven't read
authors.
Vivian Wood. I haven't read Wrong by
Yeah,
Adelaide Forrest.
that's the one I have.
Um,
Adelaide Forest Wrong. Yeah.
but you may want to wait because Adelaide has been dropping audios, like her Blondie series, her other quartet series is an audio. So I'm like,
That's true.
I feel the audio waters are starting to
Yeah.
stir. So like maybe it'll be dropped. It could be out on audio. I don't know, but I will
Well,
check.
I feel like the audiobooks are like that's why I was like I was shameless. I was when I was talking to Sierra, I was like, please, Markham Hall, you gotta. She's like, I don't know. I'm like, please. I'm like, we will blow it up. You gotta do this. So I think I don't know, like we'll see. But I'm like, audiobooks are where it's at. Like and they're it's starting to become much more popular and prevalent, I think.
Yeah, I think too with the production companies, they're especially like Podium
Podium.
or some of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Because like now it's come to a point where you don't have like your staple narrators anymore doing most of the romance books. You have like Zara Hampton Brown or Gregory Salinas doing some audiobooks, and like now the web has like expanded, and now people are like, if it's not on audio, it doesn't exist to me. I'm
Totally.
like, don't even talk to me about this book. If it's not
Yeah.
on audio, you don't exist. So like now authors are like, get it in audio as
Yeah.
fast as you can because like that's money. Because like remember Things You Never Got Over by Lucy Score,
Yeah.
massive on Amazon. Didn't have an audio for like the first 6 months. I was like, Lucy, you better
Now,
get that
now
book on audio immediately
immediately.
because I get annoyed when I read a book physically and then the audio drops 2 months
Yeah.
later. I'm like, you know what? I don't like rereading just because the audio came out, but now
Yeah.
I feel dumb if I don't reread the audio because I just bought the audio.
That's why I don't jump on stuff. I wait because I'm finding that there is like a staggered release. It's like the release comes out, and then
Hmm.
within 6 months they're doing audio because authors are starting to recognize that not only are more people demanding that because of our fast-paced lifestyle, but also you're going to get people that are going to buy multiple formats. You're going to buy the audiobook plus you're going to buy the ebook or the physical book. Because most people want to have it in front of them and do both, and so I just give it a delay. Like I don't get it right away. Like for example, Run Posey Run by
Oh yeah, that's on audio now.
on audio
Casey
now.
Wells.
But I was like, and everybody was on it, like, last like 6 months, but the first 3 months it was really hot. I was like, I'm gonna wait. And bam, I saw it today. I was like, now I'll get it. Now I'll go ahead and read it. Now I don't have to read it twice because I'll feel like
Yeah.
I'm obligated to read it twice. Once,
Once you
the
buy the
first,
audio,
yeah. So I
because
just
it's like once you buy the audio, it's like if you already read the ebook, then you really don't need the audio.
totally,
But then you feel bad, like I spent a credit, I should at least re-listen to it. That's
totally,
why I am with the Dangerous Press books. Like I said, I read the Darkest Dreams Do It by Gianna Darling, but now I'm rereading it and listening to it in audio because they're out on audio. But I'm like, I already know the story. I know
yeah.
exactly what's gonna happen. I remember all the scenes just coming back to me, but I was like, I feel bad just buying it and never listening to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
But
I speaking of audiobooks, I went on the Audible summer end of summer sale. Like I just went a little crazy. And I think I messaged you and you're like,
yeah, you
nope,
did.
I got it. But I kept going back and I was like, well, this is $2. I must have this in my life for $2.
No, because like I feel like this is like a whole video topic. Have come to resent audiobook and ebook sales so freaking much because it encourages you to like just buy a ton of audios and ton of ebooks that you're probably never going to get to because
Yeah,
there's always going to be something new coming out that you want to get your hands on, and then you listen to that and then you go back in your library, you're like, I own this? When did I buy this?
totally. Totally. It's
I
true.
own this I own this whole series and
Yeah.
I never even read the first book?
Yeah.
That was dumb of me, especially when you hate the first book. And then you
Yeah.
realize, like, I bought all 10 books in the series because they were on
Well, what
sale.
I'm doing now, what I try to do is because I've learned my lesson. So I try to, when those Audible sales go on, I buy from tried and true authors that I know that I'm going to want to read their stuff. So like I get Corinne Michaels, I get Gianna Darling, I bought a bunch of Pam Godwin, I bought Kay Webster, but I also what I do is I cross reference. So I go on Amazon and I see if they're on
Mm.
Kindle Unlimited because if they're on Kindle Unlimited, then I'm going to get the Whisper Read
What's the same price?
for 7.49. And so on the Audible sale, like some of them were like 7.99. I was like, no, I'm like, that's
That's
not
not a
that good of a
sale.
sale. So like I chilled on those. But the ones that for sure there were authors that I know or things that I want to get to, and they were like in the $2 and 3.49 range. I stacked up on those for sure. You know.
Okay.
So I was trying
I,
to be a little bit strategic, but even then, $2, but you got 60 books in your in
in
your
your series.
like you're just like, oh
No,
my
because I just realized, I realized I was like, I'd rather just suck it up and like pay a little bit more when I'm actually going to start the audio,
god, true.
especially for series. Because even if it's from a tried and true author, it may not be a series for me, especially if it's like an older
Yeah,
like backlist series,
yeah.
that's where I learned my lesson because I used to go crazy on Chirp. Anything and everything I was remotely interested, I was like, oh, it's $2.99, $1.99,
Going on, sure. Like
Audible, buy it. And now I have all these books. I'm like, I don't want to really listen. I'm not in the mood for any of these. I want to read this random series that wasn't on sale, but I'm into right now. But I sunk like all this money into
mm-hmm,
these audiobooks. So like, I feel like I should listen. So now I'm like, I only buy when I'm about to listen or like it's next on queue.
mm-hmm,
And it's like I would take the bullet and pay like the extra a couple of dollars or buy the extra credit,
mm-hmm.
and then I feel better because then
Totally.
I'm actually reading it and I'm actually using my money for something. But that's my opinion.
Right, right, right. We all do it in like in different ways. I'm trying to like, I get into trouble when I get the book boxes. Like I get a book box, I
Mm,
get a series or whatever, and they give you book two, so I got to buy book one. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna read this one book, and I'm gonna see if I even like the style before I buy anymore.
before you
So
even go all the way in there, yeah.
yeah, because it can be
Uh,
this little hobby of ours can be quite costly. At least the way
it
I do
can.
it.
I have seen my expenses, they like have like dropped down. I was like, oh my goodness. Like I'm actually not spending a ton of money on books.
Because you're being strategic. You're
So I'm
changing your
being strategic. So what I do is like if I see a Kindle, I just hit send sample the Kindle and I have a folder for all the samples, book samples that I have.
yeah,
So when I want to go through my life, I'm like, oh, okay, how about this? I really saw this. Like now I have time to read it. And now I
totally.
feel better because I'm personally of the opinion as soon as I buy a book, my my desire to read it immediately goes down like at least 75%. Because now
Mm.
I'm like, I own it. There's no chase. I
Oh,
don't have to click. I don't have to one click you or add to cart or like add audio for 7.99. I already own you, so you're there.
you're
Oh,
there.
what is this new San Mariano book coming out? Okay.
Oh, that's interesting because I
Mm-hmm.
guess what I do is I buy them and I put them on my shelves because I work through my shelves strategically.
Yeah.
So if it's on my shelf, like more, it's a very rare occasion when I will not read a book that's on my shelf, whether I feel like I want to or not, because I feel like I've invested in it. So like I've got
Yeah.
my shelves, and I probably should do a tour of my shelves, but I've got the things that I've read, and then I've got the two shelves that are on the back walls that are like my TBRs. And then I periodically go through and pull stuff off that I know I'm never going to read again, and that's how I make room
Mhm.
for others. So I know what's coming up based on literally the next shelf on the
Yeah.
shelf is what's my TBR. You know what I mean? To
Okay.
like make room. So
Yeah. I would
um,
say you're more disciplined.
yeah, I'm not like, and whatever I say is going to be my TBR, I pretty much stick to that
Yeah.
unless there are more books in the series and I
That
only
you
have
can't get to.
one, but I want to get to them
Yeah.
because like it's going to be fantastic. So then that throws it off a little bit, but I'm not a mood reader. Like I don't like read all over the place based on, oh, today I feel like reading this. No.
AKA me. Like you cannot pay me enough money to say, okay, Charles, we're gonna read this one series. I'm like, what if I don't like it? What if I read book one and I want to say out? I want to be out. I want to read something else. Like I
I was
can't.
like, I'm going to tap out when I'm ready to tap out.
I was like, you have to give me one book try, and if I have the one book, I can still tap out. Hey, I learned my lesson after doing the Immortals After Dark and the Side Changeling read along at the same time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I became very negative Nancy on Side Changeling towards the
Side
end.
changing, you can only do so much of side changing, and then it gets really repetitive, and it's like the
Hmm.
same thing. Like in the beginning, you're like, "Oh, this is
Oh,
cool. I'd
this is
like to
good.
see
This is good. And like book 10, you're like, are we still dealing with the same conflict?
it."
Whereas
I got,
Immortals After Dark, it's like a whole different story each
I
book.
loved it. I loved it. Yeah, they're completely different things. But the
Yeah.
side changeling, I really liked the not the Psy, but the changelings, like especially like the leopard,
Uh,
like the leopard storyline, and I also
yeah.
like the wolves and the den, like with the den and that storyline.
Hmm.
But you're like it is all the same thing. But I think after like book 4 or 5, I was like, yeah, I'm done. And I
Yeah,
think
they
she's
kind of
still
all
putting
run
out books.
together.
You know who else is like that, unfortunately, and I loved at the very beginning is J.R. Ward, the Black Dagger Brotherhood. Like I really loved
Mm,
Black Dagger Brotherhood in the beginning, but like now that we're like at book 37 or whatever, in the series, it's all like her writing style hasn't changed. It is all the same. I just am really bored and I'm not getting anything fun and interesting from her. And that's unfortunate because I really did like J.R. Ward back then,
yeah.
you know?
I feel like I I tried the first book in the Black Dagger book for their first two. I forgot
Yeah.
the titles of those two books. And I
Like, look,
realized I don't like the style. It's the same style that Gina Showalter uses for her Underworld Knights of whatever series.
hmm
I realize I don't like overlapping stories. So like you spend like 80% of the book or
hmm
like maybe 50 to 80% of the book with your main couple,
hmm
and then you get this other 20% that's focused on the next couple in the next book or other characters in the world that then carry over into the second book. But then in that first book, you don't get that happily ever after or happy for now because the story continues on into the
hmm
next book. And I realize that's not my thing. I like one book because then I feel like then you have to read them back to back to back to back to back and hope that the author goes like, okay, now we're on book 10. Now we can finally wrap up those characters' storylines and give them the happily ever after. That's the only part where I'm
yeah,
like, I want some completion with the couple, or
yeah,
sometimes there is no completion. It's just like we're on to this next character. I'm
yeah,
like, wait.
yeah.
Like that's just a style preference. So I don't know if those series will be for me, but I'm gonna probably give them another go.
But you know what? I got to say, at the height of the pandemic, like when we were like, I mean, when I say the height of the pandemic, I mean, we just went on lockdown. We were
Hmm.
like washing groceries, like didn't know what was going on. Like Black Dagger Brotherhood got me through it. It was just like
Oh
a
really?
bingeable series that I could just
Yeah.
didn't have to put too much thought into, follow storyline, take me away from the craziness that was going on in life.
Hmm.
And so, like, that was a really good escape. So, it has its place and it has its value. But if you're looking for something that really wants to captivate you or create angst or something like that, I don't feel like that's the series for you. This is just like candy. Just gobble it up and put it aside and move to the next one. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean. I feel like everyone who has read that series, they always like binge it. It's not like they read one or two books here or there. They like binge, like even for the Gina Showalter, it's like something that you binge. Like you sound like I started the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. Now I'm on book 20. I'm like, what?
Exactly. 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 Because it's an ongoing storyline, and you just need to be thrown into that world. Just thrown
Hmm.
right into the world, and follow it. And not be like dipping your toe in and coming back. Because then you're gonna be like, who are the lessers, and who is that, and what's going on, and who is that character? I think that's the king, and I don't.
Same. I read book one and two. I bought all the audiobooks for the first three of that series. And I was like, okay, I know nothing that happened, so let me go back and reread from the first book. Because I was like, the first two books aren't that steamy. I was like,
No, the
J.R.
first
Moore, I heard
most people don't like the first book, but like as you get into it, like
it gets better.
it gets better, but it's not about a lot of steam. It's more about like the world that she builds and the
Okay.
arc of the characters. The steam is there, but she's not like a steamy, she's not like an Amber
Writer.
Jones, and she's not like Adelaide Forrest, and Gianna Darling. She's
Yeah.
not that level of steam. She would be more like, I'm trying to think. She would be more like, because Tessa Dare can be kind of
Oh,
spicy.
Janine Frost. She'd be more like Janine
Yeah,
Frost then, right?
yeah,
Or Alona Andrews.
moderate. Like you get it. It's not close. It's not fade to black, and it's not closed door. It's there, but it's not like in your face. Or like, have you read any Karen Rose books?
No, I
Karen Rose,
haven't.
her like romantic suspense, her thrillers, where it's like equal parts romance, equal parts suspense, and you get like, you see what you're trying to track the killer, trying to find what happened, right? But also a relationship is developing between usually the lead detective or the FBI agent and some other like
Hmm.
psychologist or like therapist or somebody else that's working on the case, and they get together and you see them together and you're there, but it's not overly spicy. It's just like it's spice, but it's not spicy. If that, I don't know if I'm
Mm,
making sense when I
that
say
makes
that.
sense. It's like the difference between like on the page. It's on
Yeah,
the page,
it's on the
but it's
page.
not like
It's not Ammo
um
Jones on the page.
yeah, it's not like it's not explicit.
It's
It's
not
not
on the
overly
page like
explicit like
this.
that book.
It's not a K Weber on Webster on the page.
Oh
Like
my
I was like,
goodness.
well, dag on. Like I can, the steam is rising and my little hair is curling.
When you first read that book, you like the first time Winston makes this proposition, you're like, what? Wait, what?
I was like, this is. Did he
I was
just?
like, did I discover something that I'm now into? I'm like, okay.
I was just
Uh,
like, this is a mixture between daddy kink and humiliation, and like, you gonna take it and you didn't smear my makeup and
but
like
as soon as those dollar amounts came coming, I was like,
rolling. I was like,
I was like,
rolling.
I would be in her same shoes. I'd be like, okay,
I'd
five
be
hundred
pissed
dollars for
off.
this.
You know what? I would be pissed off and angry and smeared makeup and $60,000 richer. Like, I'd be like, I can go get a facial. I'd be all right.
You come home and your husband's like, what's wrong with you? Who cares? We got
Don't worry about
60K.
it.
Let's go on vacation.
We're about to put a deck on the back over here and put a wrap around. So terrible. But my skin looks amazing. All the protein.
Oh,
Glow that I got going, this glisten.
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh my
But
gosh,
I
you
don't
just
want
feel
to keep us
so
over for
good.
too long.
Yes.
But we do have plans that are coming up in the future that we'll let you guys know about as soon as we have them confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to give some teasers?
I'm
No? Do
dying to go for it. Go a tiny teaser. I'll
okay,
let you.
let's just say we'll be doing something for our upcoming release
Yes.
for romance, but we're not going to say who it is. And then we
Mhm.
also have maybe a taboo author on the channel. Who knows?
Who knows?
It may
Never,
happen or may not. It may happen. You know, you never know. But
never, never know.
like, thank you,
Well,
Taji, again,
oh
and thank
wait,
you for everyone. Oh,
we got to tell them on October 29th. We are going to do a reading sprint on my channel. Yes. So we'll have
yes.
more to come. When we were planning this, I'm like the worst mother on the planet. I was like, I looked down, I was like, that's my son's birthday. So we'll see. I'll be rushing in from like the birthday party or like either that or we'll be doing a reading sprint and there'll be kids everywhere. So you guys will be like, what's going on at Taji's house? No, it won't be that dramatic, but we'll see.
Okay. Okay.
So more to come on
If your son gets mad at you, I was like you are more than welcome to come on the live and drag your mom.
that. Thank you.
I like just take her favorite book, take the Gianna Dark, take one of her favorite books and just put them in the shredder.
You know what though? He's like becoming as bad as I am because I got my shelves, and in his room I walked in, I was like, he's got like 3 shelves of manga, like nothing but like manga books. So he's
Okay.
like, he knows too. He'll be like, this is my Death Note, this is my Demon Slayer, this is Naruto. He's like, don't touch, don't mix my shelves. I'm like, oh my god, you're worse than I am.
Maybe his revenge could be rearranging, taking some books off your red shelf and putting on your TBR, and you don't know which. It would just be like a couple random books. You'd be like, wait, I
Wait,
read
wait,
that. But then, hold on, this other book, did I read that?
no, this is
It'd
wrong.
be
What's going
chaos. It'd be chaos. It'd be chaos. But
on?
yes, reading sprints on October 29th. Maybe we may change the date
Yeah,
given what we're giving Taji's son's birthday, so we don't want to upstage his birthday, but we do have future plans. We will let you guys know as soon as we have them confirmed. But thank you for everyone who is watching the channel. Like I said, Taji's channel will be linked down below. I remember to put it in the description before we even go live, unlike some people. Cough, cough, Taji.
he's still
But
holding this against me. I fixed it. Okay, I fixed it, you guys, and
oh no, I think you froze, Taji. Oh no, did we lose you? Oh no, I think we did. Let's give it a couple seconds to reconnect. Taji, can you hear me? No. Oh, okay. Okay. So I will go ahead and wrap us up tonight. Thank you guys so much for again for watching, and I'll catch you guys with a brand new video. Bye, everyone.